Man, I really hope Ben doesn't do something stupid today.
You're right. He
So
keeps making these silly
I would-
jokes all the
I would
time.
never-
Weird
with
stuff.
I don't get it.
Hey,
He's
that actually
just like-
reminds me. No, I forgot something, guys. Give me a second. I'm sorry. Just hold on. It's okay.
Okay.
Is this?
Okay, there we go. There we go.
That was dumb.
Welcome to Critical Damage.
Welcome back to Critical Damage Gamers, Episode 2. I'm Michael, joined by my fellow hosts, Ben and Piper, and today we're going to discuss game mechanics from some of our and your favorite games. Before we begin, Ben, could you give us a quick definition of what the term game mechanics means and what that means in the context of video games?
Sure. So if I was to define a game mechanic across, all kinds of games, I would probably say that a game mechanic is a tool or some kind of physical interaction that a player uses in the game to progress whatever the main objective is, whether that might be the narrative or whatever else the point of the game is. So that can be things like, like grappling hooks, like wall running, movement things, anything that the player interacts with that makes the experience fun by whatever means that or whatever standards that they have. So if game mechanics, there's tons of them across a wide variety of games. What would you guys say is like your favorite game mechanics in the games that you guys have played?
That's an interesting question. I think there are some game mechanics that pop up in all sorts of games. Towers is one that happens a lot. Unlocking different parts of the map. I have to say this is a very unique one, but one of my favorite games is Life is Strange, and a game mechanic that's unique to that is the rewinding of time. You get to do things over and over again and pick which option is the best, which is something that you don't typically get to do in other games. So I think that's one game mechanic that I personally really enjoy.
I think that a staple of video games, and I think any video game that incorporates it feels a lot more fun, especially with this movement, is the double jump. It's such a kind of a staple of video games, but I love just the ability to have that a little bit more maneuverability in the air. Even if it's not entirely realistic, it still feels fun most of the time. How about you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my favorite mechanics are definitely like movement things. I'm simple to please, like not really complicated things, but if I can like be like a high octane character who's like running off walls or like jumping on top of buildings and stuff, just like having like that fast gameplay is something that I really like in games. And I think that's something that's really just like on the uptrend in a lot of games today too. So as far as like the evolution of mechanics in games and how they move forward, like what are some mechanics that maybe the ones that are your favorite or other ones that you might like that you guys want to see in future games as well, things that are trends lately or just things that you want to see more?
I think that something that I've noticed of recent, and that I haven't played a whole lot of newer games. I've been trying to like go back and play older ones, but the new games I've played, I haven't played Breath of the Wild, I'm sorry, but I know it exists in Genshin Impact. The concept of gliders. I really like the concept of gliders.
I love gliders.
Like, I feel like it makes going up to the top of the map and coming down and traveling feel way more rewarding than it has been in previous games where you have to like run or call a horse. Just like the concept feels really nice, and I love that some games have it like it only lasts a certain amount of time so you can't abuse it. In other games, it just is there and you can just ride it all the way.
The ability to just jump off something and just glide, it's just such a great feeling when you're playing a video game. You can't do that in real life. Well, some people can. They have, hang gliders or whatever. But it's something we typically cannot do. But in games like, say, Breath of the Wild, you get up on a tower and you finish it, you get your little paraglider, you just zoom right down. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, so we have those video game mechanics that are really built around like this fun experience of like, oh, I want to be this really inherit this hero character, whatever you're playing, that really make the whole experience fun. But there are also other video game mechanics that maybe not have that fun factor. There are also some quality of life stuff like fast travel or storage upgrades and stuff like that. What are your thoughts on like adding those and incorporating those in future games and how those function in games today?
Before we I want to hear your answer on it. Do you think fast travel is ruining video games?
Man, I don't think it really ever has. I mean, I don't know. fast travel is always more like a convenience kind of thing. I don't know like anyone looks at fast travel and is like, that's not fun, or like you shouldn't do that. It's always been kind of a convenient thing in games. So I can see, depending on the game, if like a game wants to push you to like explore their environment more, maybe it's not an option or whatever. But I think it's good to have it as an option, but it shouldn't be necessary, if that makes sense.
I like when games have that you can unlock fast travel locations. So you
Yeah.
are still exploring, but like once you've been somewhere, you can just jump straight to that area. Because, you know, it's otherwise you'll just be walking aimlessly, and that can get really tedious.
I don't know. When it comes to fast travel, I abuse it, and I don't want to walk anywhere. I'll teleport. But I feel like whenever I use it, I get a little tinge of guilt because I'm like, there's so much to map. Like it's so huge. I played a lot of Genshin when I was a little bit younger before I grew up, and I realized that cringe game. But true fact. When I'd always just like teleport to complete my quests, and I wouldn't like stop to like actually experience. The game is beautiful, but like I didn't care. I just wanted to
I was the kind of gamer who would, when I would play games in like this big open world, I was like, this is so overwhelming. I'm just gonna beeline through everything, and I'm only going to fast travel and do all the important bits, and I miss out on a lot. But you know, 10-year-old me was like, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
That makes complete sense with you.
Yeah,
you,
thanks.
you perfectly fit that archetype.
Yeah, thank you. I
Not gonna
appreciate it.
experience the game. You're just gonna run right through it.
Thanks, man.
All right, I've got a question for you guys.
Okay.
What is one game mechanic that you are tired of, that you do not like to see in games? Because I know I have my answer.
Tired of? Oh man. I'm not really sure. I'd have to say probably
Following quests?
That's what I was gonna say.
that or like
Great.
no, I'm gonna have to go with Following Quest. I completely agree on that one. Yeah.
Following quests, when they're done well, can be good. You learn things about the environment, about the characters, but when you're just walking behind a really, really slow character, all you want to do is just throw your controller. It is just so infuriating because you just want to get into the gameplay, but you're stuck following this person who's just walking silently and always very slowly.
How do you guys feel about like collectibles? I hate like but aren't marked. Like it's just like find the little hidden trophy item. Those
Collectibles should always be like optional. I don't think that they should be necessary. I think that's like for the collector. There's literally a group of people who play games called collectors, who their whole goal is I'm gonna 100% this thing or get all these items. If you wanna go do that, cool, good for you. If you're like requiring me to do that for like a main quest, that's like a big turnoff for me. I don't know, because it feels tedious in a way. It feels like a fetch quest in a way, where it's like, oh, just go do this thing and then come back, and that's something that's really tedious and that comes up a lot. I think something in general, not just like fetch quests, but that's also present and that you like need to take into account for mechanics and stuff. It's innovation. I think maybe part of the reason that following quests get a lot of bad rap, besides the fact that they are bad and I do hate them, is just like that they're overused a lot in a lot of games. It's really easy to throw that in there when you have an NPC and say, oh, follow this guy to this thing. That's fine. It's really easy, but I feel like there needs to be ways to innovate that and make that more interesting for the player.
That's true. I think with fetch quests, as you were mentioning earlier, it's really interesting because you see them in small games, but then you also see them in these huge games like The Last of Us 2. A huge portion of the game was a fetch quest. But for some reason in that game, it seemed to work. I didn't feel like I was doing like something tedious or something boring because I was learning about the characters as I went along. I won't spoil anything, but you know, you learn a lot about the characters through this fetch quest. And so I think a lot of mechanics, you know, they can be done well. It's just you've got to put in the time and effort. Otherwise, you're just following this guy into a cave really, really slowly.
Okay, how do you guys feel about skill trees? Because in my personal opinion, I'm actually a major fan of skill trees. I think it's a really cool mechanic. I think it allows for customization and personality with a game. I think it's a great way to like level up. You guys have opposing thoughts?
Yeah, no, I think skill trees are great. I think as a player, when you're playing through like these single story modes, you want to have a lot of personality inside of it. A lot of playing a game is like being able to see yourself in a character, and the same thing can be seen like movies and TV and stuff. And when you can play the way you want to, it makes that experience feel unique compared to other people who might play through the same game. And you want that variation in there. It also it's good for playability, or replayability, I mean, too. So that way you can have a different experience or choose these different trees and have these different options every time you go through.
I don't know know how I feel about skill trees because on the one hand, they can be done very well, but from the games that I've played, it seems like it doesn't affect the gameplay very much for me. At least, or they're just so confusing that it's hard to map everything out. Like one of my favorite games is Horizon Zero Dawn, and that skill tree is so confusing, and I feel like it's not really giving me much in a way. Like you do learn some things in the beginning that are useful, but then as you go higher up in the skill tree, it feels almost like you're becoming too overpowered, and it's not.
You lose the challenge of the game.
Yeah, you lose the challenge of the game.
Okay, so what do you think that game developers and like us as players want to see more of in terms of mechanics in future games?
So mechanically, as far as games that have come out today and that are popular now, I think there's been an uprise in people seeing more movement mechanics and seeing things be more dynamic. I think people want that high octane, and it kind of goes in this cycle where you have mechanics that also have to work with the purpose of the game. So I think, honestly, I'd like to see less drive to like the more physical mechanics, and I want to see more purpose with mechanics. Don't just put it in the game because it's fun. Put it in there for a reason that drives the main goal of the game too.
Yeah, I also want to see more unique mechanics. It's specific to a character and their abilities. You know, it's when every character can do the exact same thing, it feels repetitive and a bit boring.
Because I've always played video games, and when it comes down to mechanics, I agree with both those sentences. Dynamic movement feels really fun. I want to be able to jump around the map, and I also want to be able to have a unique ability that can only be found in that game. And you know what game does both of those? Spider-Man.
That is true.
Don't laugh at me.
I've never played
It's on
Spider-Man,
Steam.
but
It's
I've
a
heard great
great
things.
game.
Yeah.
It's a great story. It involves both of the things that we just listed.
That is
Are you
very
going to
true.
argue with me, Ben?
I don't think I can. I've never played Spider-Man,
not.
and I'm not going to try and argue with you. You win. No,
That's
it's
what I
okay.
thought. That's what I thought.
Okay,
That's what-
yep.
Don't make fun of me for playing the game, Ben. Don't.
Oh, okay.
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 I'm not going to play Destiny.
Okay. Well, anyways. You don't have to call me out, but all right, man.
All right. Well, look, you're embarrassed because you play Destiny?
Well, no.
Are you embarrassed because you play Destiny?
I don't play Destiny.
Good.
Man, I feel called out. Listen, it's fine, all right, man?
What are some mechanics in that game that you like?
Fetch quest. Follow quest too. The bad ones we named.
Are you saying the mechanics you didn't like, you liked in Destiny?
We don't have to talk about that.
No, I think that's perfect. to talk
We're on
about.
a talk show. You need to talk about
No,
it.
I mean, I do it because it's
How does
fun.
Destiny do them better?
I'm gonna be honest with you, it doesn't. I just kind of do it because, like, I think it's fun and I enjoy it, and it's fine.
So it's not that bad in your mind.
Yeah.
It all depends on the circumstances and what game it's in. You
Doesn't
know?
have much purpose. I do it anyways. I have a crippling addiction, so it's okay.
I'm glad you can admit that to us, Ben.
Yeah.
No, yeah, thank you. No, this is my intervention now. Thank you. Mike.
Yeah, I thought you needed it. Okay, our last topic.
Yes.
How do you guys feel about some mechanics not being able to be crossover into other sorts of games? Like, in my opinion, you can't really do like first-person shooters with that third-person kind of feel. Fortnite, I'll admit, is my only exception to that, but games like PUBG, I don't think it works.
First person to third person. I don't know. I don't think there should be a crossover. I think that they add to like a unique feel to a game in a way. So I mean, if it's an option, sure. But I think as far as style goes, having one to a specific game is probably the better way to go. Yeah.
I don't have anything to add on that except that I think third-person shooters are better than first-person shooters.
Fair.
I do.
Why?
The first person, it's too jarring for me. It's the third person, I like to see everything that's around me. I like the whole view. And when you're just limited to your character's perspective, one, it makes me dizzy sometimes. And two, it is just a little bit too limiting.
Well, I think that's where we're going to wrap our discussion. Let's throw it over to Aiden and Kath for First Frame News.
Thanks, Michael. Hello, everyone, and welcome to First Frame News. My name's Aiden Sissom.
And I'm Catherine Hebert, and we will be bringing you the latest gaming news. Esports is headed to the Olympics. Plenty of gamers have been waiting for a spot at the biggest multi-sport event of our time, and rightfully so. However, none could be prepared for the series of games the IOC has lined up for this competition. We will not be seeing popular esport games such as League of Legends, Overwatch, or Valorant. Instead, we will see virtual archery in the game Tic-Tac-Bow, a seemingly unknown game released in February of this year, incorporating the concept of tic-tac-toe and archery. Other games being chess from chess.com, Just Dance, WSC Baseball, Power Pros, and more. It seems that the IOC is focused on the business and money of their chosen games rather than a more well-rounded, truthful representation of what the esports industry has to offer.
Square Enix's president Yasuda Matsuda is stepping down after 10 years at the company. Matsuda joined the company during a large restructuring in 2013 and was responsible for leading the company to relaunches such as Final Fantasy VII, as well as releasing rather disappointing games such as Marvel's Avengers, Forspoken, and Babylon's Fall. He also made large investments into blockchain and cryptocurrency, a move that has not benefited the company in any visible way whatsoever.
Riot announces a brand new in-game tournament mode for Valorant called Premier. This format will provide players a more competitive experience than in Ranked, and rewards for the teams outshining their opponents. Riot intends to utilize this new system to filter teams into their VCT Challengers League. High-skilled players and potentially college esports teams will now have the chance to compete at the highest level of the game, opening up a new pathway into the professional scene.
Unfortunately, old Nintendo devices such as the 3DS and Wii U will be losing access to the Nintendo eShop. This shops served as the only way to remotely purchase games on these devices and has led to general disappointment, as well as fear for the loss of more video games and their access in the future. Players will still be able to download and play the games they own or purchase before March 27th, when the doors are closed forever.
Later this month, game developing company Odyssey Interactive is releasing their new game, Omega Strikers. Created by a team of former Riot leads, Omega Strikers is a 3v3 multiplayer knockout striker game. Its release will be featured on Nintendo, Switch, PC, iOS, and Android with a cross-play feature on all platforms. Whether queuing into ranked or unranked, players will be able to go solo or join a group for squads. It just so happens that this highly anticipated game was beta tested last year by members of Emerson's very own esports organization, Emerson Esports. The game was very well received at the time, so the enthusiasm and excitement for its release has only grown.
Speaking of new video games, popular streamer and former professional player Shroud has teamed up with a AAA studio, Splash Damage, in an effort to create a survival FPS game. While this is far from the first content creator game, with projects from streamers such as Dr. Disrespect and content groups like 100 Thieves or OTK, this is the first time a AAA studio has been involved with a project like this. It remains to be seen how it will play out, as the project was just announced this month, but has been in the pipeline for about 3 years of development. Many players share the sentiment that a AAA studio and Shroud's guidance, the potential could be limitless, and the game is more likely to take into account what fans want as opposed to traditional studios such as EA or Ubisoft. Continuing on the topic of games, man, I cannot wait to dive headfirst into Counter-Strike 2 and definitely plan on spending way too much money on cases.
Speak for yourself, Aiden. I've always been more of a Fortnite girly myself. Now that Unreal Editor for Fortnite is coming out and it's free, I'll be spending my time in Creative 2.0. Until then, we'll see you with Mechanics Madness.
Thanks, Aiden and Kath, and welcome back to the table. Today, we'll be doing our March Madness, Mechanics Madness, though it's not March anymore, but we're just gonna go with it. We have 16 different mechanics that we will be judging and coming up with our favorite. And with us, joining us, we have Kath and Aiden. So, we should get started. We will be starting with the Watchdogs hack versus the ping system. Now, what are your guys' thoughts on that?
I think we should hear from Kath.
Oh.
Because Kath is an expert gamer when it comes to both of these genres.
Oh, obviously, as you can tell. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. In like a real world setting, I don't know if I necessarily see the point of a pinging system. If we're just, are we pinging for our friends to keep track of where?
Here's my thing with the ping,
You
right?
know-
It'd be really funny for the bit, and that's about it. Like, you'd be like, look over there, and then I ping
And
that
you
thing.
ping it,
I'm like,
yeah.
no, look over there. And it's really easy. I don't have to spend much time, like explaining things. I just be like, go over there and ping, just ping. There you go. Easy, nice, simple.
But it would be so helpful, be able to be like, can you get it off that shelf? They're like, what shelf? And you're like, that one. Like,
you think like the arrow appears with like the dot? It's like ping. It makes like a noise too.
Yeah, it makes like a
What,
little thing.
but what does that save you? 5 seconds?
Well, yeah.
It's also,
Con-
it sounded like it's
convenient?
also the bit.
But like hacking, like I'm gonna hack your car. You're gonna drive into a light.
I mean,
How convenient
Revenge?
is that in day-to-day life?
Okay. Okay. All right.
I see.
All right. So Aiden, what do we think? What do we think? Which
So
one?
I think that when it comes to the hack, I mean, you could drain someone's bank account real quick. If someone cuts you off in traffic, boop, 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 boom, they're pulled over to the side of the road. They can't get to work for like an hour while the hack cools down. You could be a prick.
Oh, you're taking the evil.
That could be a really,
Ooh. Yes.
All right.
and
hack.
so
I'm gonna say it's.
So all
think
right.
we're gonna
I
go
guess
with
we're going with
hack.
hack.
With
All right.
hack.
We'll move the hack then.
What's our next battle?
All right, our next battle is Rewinding Time from Life is Strange and Shadow's Hover Boots. Now, you know what I'm gonna say. I already talked about it. Rewinding time. Come on, imagine an awkward situation and you can just go back.
Just
Oh
save
my
yourself.
God! Like
Hover.
something bad happens and you can just
But
redo
it's
it.
like hovering. You just hover.
I mean, also, what if you get to like relive like
But you
the
could like
experience
walk on
over
water.
again?
The hover boots is like a gimmick thing where it's like I'm in show and tell. Check out my boots, and I put that in the table.
But it
you
feels
know?
like another like bit thing.
Yeah. No.
Which is great, but like realistically,
You would get
like
more use
Everything for the
out
bit.
of
All right, I
rewinding
agree.
time.
It's more realistic.
yeah. What if you like mess up in a big presentation or
Yeah.
something? You go back, do it again, you can still get that.
What if you messed up a part of this show you're filming and you could just rewind time?
I wish I could rewind time.
All right, rewind time.
gonna have
I guess,
Rewind
yeah.
my intro,
I guess,
please.
yeah. All right.
I think we could undo some of y'all's Destiny playtime too, so that might help.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great idea.
Oh yeah. Oh.
How many hours?
I don't want to talk about it.
I was gonna.
All
Way
right,
too many.
What's our next?
All
event?
right, our next matchup is the Link Horse Summon and Fast Travel.
Hear me out. Horse.
I
I just-
actually, I think it's both cool and I no
raise
longer
you-
have to pay for a car.
I raise you, horse.
I raise you horse. Okay.
I raise you. Horse.
See, I don't have to say anything else.
Hold on,
That's my
wait,
argument.
I honestly
Horse.
was gonna say like fast travel, but the amount of people talking about horse right now, it's not seeming.
Yeah. no, horse.
Realistically, fast travel is cool, but what constitutes a fast travel marking place? Like, can I fast travel anywhere?
How many are there?
Like, how many are there? Like, can I only go to like the Empire State Building?
Simple answer. Horse.
Exactly.
That's too complicated. Horse.
Like, I could just bang
I think you saw
horse.
every-
Can any of you even ride a horse?
I can figure it out.
I
I actually,
Okay.
I actually
Yeah,
know
okay.
the
Yeah,
farm
no, no,
camp. No, y'all
There's
go
room for
farm camp.
improvement
farm.
too.
This seems pretty unanimous, so we're gonna have to go with horse.
We're going with
Wow,
horse.
we really
Horse.
just left behind fast travel in
Alright.
the first round.
There's no discussion.
What was I gonna do? Fight with
All right.
you guys on like really?
Yes.
Yeah, but
What's next?
All right. Next is HUD versus third-person camera.
A HUD would be cool.
What would be in your HUD though?
I
for
got
you?
my ammo count, my health bar.
What
I got my
You have an
game
ammo
map.
count?
Yeah, I got an ammo
wait,
count
with like
for my Nerf
third
gun.
person, could we like what if like you know when you're walking and you're like afraid your like skirt's gonna fly up or something, like you could just like.
Oh,
check
yeah,
in the
they
back.
always are
You know what I'm saying?
worried
Like
about
what
it.
if,
No,
what if
you're
you miss
so
a
right,
spot on your
though.
head when you're like
You're
straightening your
like
hair?
I'm trying to
you
put my
can
hair
see-
up in like a tie. I
Exactly.
could see it from the back.
Exactly.
That would be helpful.
I think that's the safe answer. I'm concerned that you said you're gonna have ammo appearing in your HUD. That's a little worrisome.
No, but like I
yeah.
could even like my phone battery. Like imagine that's just like on a little side.
All right, Aiden, what do you think?
I mean, what if does it show health bar? That's the real question. 'Cause
Yeah.
if it
Yes,
shows your health,
obviously, yes.
then you know when you're getting sick.
Oh my god.
You know
That's
when you're
true.
when you're
So
low.
no, you have a
We're gonna
cold.
go with HUD then,
I
right?
think-
All
I
right, we're
think
gonna go with
HUD
HUD.
wins.
That was
Yeah.
really good. Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
That's a really good point.
If I miss a curl in my hair, it's fine.
Now we're throwing it on over.
All right, our next one is inventory versus motherload. Now, for those of you who do not know what motherload is, it is a cheat that is a major part of The Sims, and it immediately gives you $50,000.
So it's infinite money versus being able to carry anything you want, no matter the size.
Okay, get
Yes.
a backpack. Just literally.
No,
get a
it's
backpack.
literally infinite.
No,
And
no,
think
but,
about
like-
all the fashion.
really need-
You could dress however you want without a backpack. You could get like anything into anywhere. I could sneak so much candy to the movie theater.
You could buy so much candy with $50,000.
There you go.
But
There
you could
go.
sneak
Do you know
into
how
the
much
movie
you could buy at $50,000? I don't think I've ever.
You could
loaded
buy
into
the
a
How many
movie
times can I
stuff.
use it? Only once?
No, you can use it as much as you want.
Guys, you can
That's
put
the
like
best part.
You break
60
the
bricks in
economy.
your inventory. Like you could just carry
I'm
bricks
inventory.
around.
I'm dying on inventory.
I'm inventory.
I
I'm
think you
full
could
inventory.
you could just steal things, put them in your inventory. No
Boom.
one would
Criminal.
know.
That's
Your
I like
inventory
it.
is
And
only
they
so
can
much.
never-
Criminal.
You will
I
never
like
be
it.
caught.
They could never
No.
prove
And then you sell those
Are we
things.
really gonna let them?
Yes, inventory.
You know what?
Thank you, Aiden.
Inventory?
Inventory.
Ben? Inventory?
Inventory it is.
Fine.
Inventory.
I was going for more like a vote, but
All right, we'll let you have it this once.
Let's go.
All right, our next one is Hitman Vision versus a healing potion or multiple healing potions.
Hear me out. Healing potion, I could be like, guys, watch me do this sick stunt and like jump off and hit the ground, like not die and then just drink that. I'm good, you know?
But
Is that something you want? Like, do you want to be doing that?
It'd be like,
Is that, like
you
genuinely
could go
something that you,
viral
like,
on the
think
internet,
about?
you know? Like you could
okay,
like
so
be
you're gonna-
famous.
but Hitman Vision would be
Hitman
pretty
Vision,
cool.
you
want
can
the-
see through
yeah.
walls. You can see if there's any, people around you without,
Exactly.
You could see if someone was in the bathroom before you
I was
opened
gonna
the
say
door.
something about it. Yeah, definitely.
But like also for the bit.
Why do you want to watch people in the
Enough-
bathroom?
enough
Okay,
of
let's
this.
not focus on that. Let's not focus on
First of
that.
all.
Enough,
All right, all right.
All right,
enough
I'm
of
willing.
it.
I'm willing to give you Hitman Vision. I'm willing to give you that. That's fine. All right, I
yeah.
will settle.
What do you
This
want?
time.
You want 2 votes next time?
Sure, yes. Yeah.
No, you don't get that.
Hitman Vision.
Hitman Vision.
As a compromise.
Okay.
All right, I feel like this next one is going to elicit some big arguments. Double jump versus web slinging.
How did this get matched the first round?
hard
Double
one.
jump. No, double jump.
No.
No, I would double
Really?
jump.
No.
Really?
Web swinging is so cool.
I think every time I go outside, I
Well-
think like, what if I could just?
How high can you double jump though? Right? What if I can jump like 6 feet?
However,
and
I
6
don't know
feet
how
more,
high
you know?
Mario can.
Yeah, I
That's
don't think
good. Yeah,
that-
I think Mario can jump. Is it 2 feet or 3 feet?
How tall is Mario? I don't know. How?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
isn't
know.
Isn't Mario? Like,
He's small.
he's small because
I
then
don't
No,
know.
I thought he was like 5'6".
Whatever. We're getting off track. I don't think double jumping has any use in your real life.
It would be really cool, but just web swing. Like, imagine you could call a
that's
horse.
the party trick.
Oh my god.
You
the
could web
horse.
swing on the horse.
Oh my god, the horse. I could wait. You're telling me.
Imagine.
No,
you
oh,
web
that's
swing
fine.
with,
I
like,
could
the
web swing
horse,
on the
like, the
horse.
horse
No,
goes with you.
I'm okay with that.
You could be the ultimate Uber. That's a financial investment.
I'm so sold right now.
Would you
I'm
get
so
nauseous though? Because every time Spider-Man picks up Mary Jane, she like freaks out.
I
Like
can
you don't
live
have
with it.
Spider-Man's
Okay, yeah,
other
I mean,
abilities.
really-
You only get web swinging.
Not it.
Web swinging. That's my final
You
vote.
had me at
Has
web
to be
slinging
web-
horse.
Yeah, it has
I
to
think
be.
you'd get used
Web
to
swinging.
it.
Yeah,
No,
web
it
swinging.
has to be web.
That's so sad to lose double jump so early.
It happens.
I was
Okay.
HUD in the second round, and double jump isn't.
All right, and our final matchup is the portal gun versus the skill tree.
Oh, that's such a good matchup too.
That is also a really good matchup. I don't,
What's on the skill tree?
I don't love skill trees.
Well,
but I'm gonna have to go with skill tree. Unlocking different abilities with portal guns, you only do one thing: you open a portal.
It's really convenient.
But, like-
it is only 2 portals.
hear me out. Well, let me pose a scenario, right? You're in a bank. You're in the vault. You have a portal back at home, right?
Hold on,
Put
you're
one
gonna
on
bring
the
a
wall.
gun into the bank, Ben.
They don't know that. They're like, oh, what's this cool toy you have? And I'm like, oh, it's just a prop. And then it's like a portal gun. And I'm like, suckers got robbed.
So, but I feel like
You know?
you could still get caught. Like
Yeah.
if they know who you
Also,
are,
it's
even
an
if you
object, you
portal
could
gun
lose
home.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if you just lose it on the
No,
street?
I'll just have like a mask on and they're not gonna suspect a thing.
Why do you want to rob this bank?
I don't know. Just-
Aiden,
All right, so what are we thinking, guys?
Aiden.
Oh, I don't know.
Aiden, give your
I-
thoughts.
Aiden, just
Personally,
pick
I
it.
think-
Executive
Pick it.
decision.
I think
Pick it.
portal gun is the better option here. I think that it leads to
I think that's the
Aiden
wrong
gets me.
choice.
Aiden gets me.
possibilities and potentials that you will only learn as you do in the
I think
game.
it just matters what's on the skill tree.
Nope, you're wrong. Portal gun. Thank you, Aiden.
Skill trees are overrated.
All right, we are on to the next round. We are starting off with the Watch Dogs hack and rewinding time. What do you guys think?
Convenience versus the ability to mess with people.
I mean, you could-
Imagine I'm sitting here, all right,
Yeah.
and I'm in class. Okay, I'm in class, and I think the class is really boring, and I'm done. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hack the little projector, turns off. Teacher gets frustrated, sends us out.
that's fair, but also like rewinding time.
There's so many moments that I have with like someone and like I'll say something that sounds like so stupid. And I'm like, can I can we just do that one more time?
Yeah,
You
just
know
take
what I'm
that back.
saying? Or like say you like get an award, you win an award and you go up and you like accept it or whatever. You want to relive that moment again. Like you want to,
Like over and over?
just like
How
why
far
not?
back
Like
can
have
I
another
rewind?
one, give another speech, say something different. You know what I'm saying? Like the
sometimes-
possibilities of being able to rewind, to, like
Yeah.
say something else or like fix an issue or you know what I'm saying?
You know, sometimes I pick the wrong dialogue option in real
You-
life,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
really need to go back and pick the other one.
Exactly.
Let's take time travel.
Exactly.
You
That's
convinced
fine.
me.
Man.
Thank you.
Okay. What's our next one?
Hacker.
All right, our next matchup is the Horse Summon versus the HUD.
Hear me out.
Don't say it.
Don't say it.
Horse.
Hold on. What does the H in HUD stand for? Horse.
Horse.
No.
And there's
Wait,
two more letters.
wait. Wait. Can I see like the horse's health? Oh man, I can see the horse's health bar. Oh man, but I couldn't.
You don't have the
would
horse.
have a
But like, no.
You
oh,
could
man,
get a
you're right.
horse with the HUD.
No,
I
I love the idea of horse on command.
I think the
Yeah.
point, like the point that Aiden made about being able to tell like when you're gonna get like sick. I think that's like
Very
how
good.
you're
Not
doing.
only-
That's the only thing.
You'd be
honestly
able to
say
see
about that.
the moment you get cancer.
Well, not only will I just.
It would never be an issue.
This got
You get
real
it, you
dark.
can
I
immediately
feel
get
like I
surgery.
feel like it's.
What?
But you can immediately get
happened?
surgery.
I think.
That's useful.
I'm imagining on your HUD, you just have like a prompt that appears like you have cancer. It's like, whoa. That's
It's like
all right.
achievement
I'm
unlocked.
sorry.
Oh my god.
Aiden, please just pick for us.
Pick the horse.
You know the right
I
answer.
feel like the HUD has a lot of limitations. I don't think we're using ammo count a lot, unless you're Mike, apparently. So let's just go with the horse.
Thank you.
I think horse.
Is the
Thank
horse
you.
like on? Does he like spawn in front of me, or does he have
Yeah,
to like run
instant.
across
Yeah, he
the
there.
runs like up behind you, like in
Looking
Link.
at my car.
Like in Legend of Zelda. He's like,
Okay,
"Oh,
okay,
there's a horse."
okay. Sorry. Anyway, next one is inventory versus Hitman Vision.
I think this one's easy. I'm gonna be honest. The inventory sweeps.
No, I got inventory.
Like I don't think this.
Horse in my inventory?
No, no.
We can only have
We're not going back to the horse. We're not going back. Not yet.
Not until next round.
Honestly, I see more use for the inventory.
I think Hitman Vision's really cool.
I think it's cool too.
But like, there's so much. You can do
There's
with it.
uses to it, but I will say I think that overall, like the inventory when it comes to being able to store.
That's fair.
Think about it. Think about it this way. Also, what happens when you don't have pockets? You
That
put it in
happened.
the inventory.
That's actually happened a lot to me. So,
Exactly.
yeah,
You
that's
put it in the
okay.
inventory.
All right.
All right, well,
I think another thing to raise about the inventory is instant changing. You can change into
so
anything
true.
you have on you.
That's true.
I could just
Snap.
leave my wedding dress in the inventory and just put it on when I need
Duh.
it.
There you go.
Period.
Right?
Felt that. Felt that.
Like,
All right.
whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
There it is.
All right. Our next one is slinging. I'm sorry. Web slinging versus the portal gun.
Okay.
This is a hard
Okay.
matchup.
I know you said no more horse,
Shut up.
but the web slinging horse. Wait,
The line
portal
you
gun
were on
horse.
right now is like.
Wait.
Ben,
Ride your horse
do you
through the
realize you can't have both at the end?
Oh well.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
one or
gonna
the
be
other.
rough.
You're gonna have to make a choice.
You know what? I don't want to. We'll come to it in a minute. All right. What's fine?
I
That's
think.
fine. Okay.
I mean, I would love to just.
I can't give this up. Imagine you could also like web someone and just like
Oh my
you just
God.
like be
Oh
Spider.
my God, you're just like chilling in
You're
bed.
just
And you don't want to
Spider-Man.
get up to like get your coffee.
Oh yeah, you just.
You could do the same with portal gun. A little harder, but you could shoot.
yeah.
it,
I'm
you know?
gonna shoot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna raise the gun.
It's
so
a
it
little
can
bit
hit
more work.
underneath the coffee, so it can fall from the ceiling
Right,
and
yeah.
spill all over me.
Yeah. No, web slinging just seems more convenient.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd have to go
Yeah.
with that one. Yeah. For convenience sake, we'll go with that.
Yeah, Death and Knock is the superior option.
Uh huh.
All
Yeah.
right, we're getting down to the next
Oh,
matchup.
boy.
Heated arguments are gonna
This
come
is-
up here.
This is rough. This is gonna be
This is a-
really rough. Oh boy, we have rewinding time versus the horse summon. We know what Ben is gonna pick.
I don't think I need to say anything.
I don't think you should say.
I don't think I need to say anything.
You should just sit out this round. I don't even think we need your vote.
Whoa. Hey.
Anyway,
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
No.
This-
No. There's a clear answer here, guys.
Rewinding time.
Rewinding
No,
time.
but that's not funny.
It doesn't have to be funny.
You can make it.
see, the thing is, I'm torn
I
because
want it.
rewinding time is really.
I want
useful.
there to be like a purpose. I want.
But like, I'm looking past the bit and like actually like
You guys
having
cannot
a
do
horse
this to
on
me.
command. You don't need a car. You have horse.
See?
If your horse
Save
gets
money.
tired,
You don't need to put gas in the
your horse
horse.
gets tired. You summon another horse.
But imagine riding a horse down Boston Common or around.
The cops do it.
Yeah, but they're allowed to. We're not allowed to do that.
What if I just register him as a support animal?
You register your horse as a vehicle?
Okay.
No, seriously.
Is that gonna happen? Some people can't even register like
No,
their
the
car.
horse is not just a vehicle, it's a companion. All right? You bond with the
Exactly.
horse, it's your friend.
He's my
all right?
emotional support horse.
Exactly. All right? Give it a name.
All right. Are we
Name the
two
horse.
versus two right now?
I
Rewinding time
I
just
love
has-
both, but yes, I actually
2-on-2.
am
All
gonna
right.
take horse
I guess
here.
we're gonna have Aiden.
In
I think this
tiebreaker.
is a tiebreaker. I feel like in today's society, the horse just isn't quite as useful. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to go against you.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to remember
Sorry,
that,
guys.
Aiden.
That's
I'm going to remember
That's
that.
my news anchor right there. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
feel
We're
betrayed.
filming this during Women's History Month.
Women's
Thank you
History-
for being
Yep.
an ally.
Oh my god.
All right. The next
Why am I
one
in his camp?
is inventory versus web slinging. And I said it right that time,
That's-
so applaud me.
I think this is the hardest matchup.
I'm so sad right now.
Are you gonna cry?
No, don't talk to me. You have to go with inventory, convenience sake.
I would
I
say
would
inventory
just
as
say
well.
inventory is just better.
Transportation still. Like
So
You know
cool.
what-
People
it's
talk about
so
being able to
cool.
web sling like all the time.
Can you fit a car in
I
your
voted.
inventory? Can you fit a helicopter in your inventory?
Okay.
can you do it in Minecraft?
I mean,
If there were
a
helicopters,
horse
probably.
spawning egg in
Thinking
your
about,
inventory.
like,
You shut up.
Thinking about what's actually going to be
Also,
useful.
horses are mammals, Ben.
Inventory will probably be more
Inventory will
useful.
probably be more useful.
But webs.
I know,
I
I know,
can't let
because
go
I
of
want
web
to.
swinging.
I want to pick
can't-
it too.
I can't honestly
I wanna pick it
go
too,
against
but-
web swinging. But inventory.
I think it's.
No,
I think it's clear it's inventory.
I think it's clear it's inventory.
Which breaks
I think
my
it's very
heart.
clear.
Yeah, Aiden, do you agree?
I disagree, but I'm going to go with the consensus. I think
Wait, my
web
vote
slinging
is for web swinging?
such a much better
No, it's
option to
free?
get around. Inventory, I mean, you can steal things, you can stash things, but you're not swinging, man.
You're not.
You're not. You can
Peter
swing,
Parker.
you can grab, you can throw.
You're not Gwen Stacy, Ghost Spider. You're not Miles Morales.
No, so
Yeah.
far I feel like inventory is the
Alright.
majority consensus here.
Inventory it is.
I know.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Cat.
It's just
During
I couldn't have horses. You
during
can't have
Women's
web slinging.
History
Okay.
Month.
Compromise.
What?
No.
You just compromise with yourself.
All right.
So
The final one, rewinding time versus inventory. This is the big guns, guys. What are we doing?
Now we all know we all embarrass ourselves so much. So rewind time.
We're on a video game show.
I was afraid you were
a
just
lot.
gonna go horse.
I've left that train
Hold on.
behind. It's okay.
Let's,
I've moved
let's
on.
look at this with a little bit of reality. How far back can we rewind time?
Can I rewind to like the Stone Ages with the dinosaurs?
Because I'm thinking like you can't go past like a minute.
There's like a limit
says
in
that?
Life is
In
Strange.
Life
It's
is
like
Strange,
2
there
minutes.
is a limit. It's a couple minutes.
So what, like 3
but
minutes?
you-
I
that's
think
all
would be
you
the
need.
max.
If you have a picture, you can go back further to that picture.
Oh,
But
Whoa.
you,
that's
Whoa.
good.
you
That's a game. I could figure out
That's
like
a game
what
changer.
happened
Wait,
to
wait,
me
wait.
at Earhart.
So if I'm like opening like my science textbook, see like picture of dinosaurs, can I like fast travel back to the dinosaurs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you can.
That's
Yeah.
broken.
but you risk changing the time.
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
If
you-
you
Oh.
hold on.
Change the-
Also, if he goes back to the dinosaurs, you can never go forward.
So wait, there's a
Wait.
Yeah, you can.
no
It
matter
runs
how
out.
far
When the
back you
time
go,
runs
you
out,
can never
go
get a
back.
picture of the future. You can never go back to the time you left.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So if you go
So there's
back to like,
risks. There's
if
a
you
risk
go back
factor
to the
to it.
dinosaur age, you'll never go back to the present.
But
You'll
are-
die in the dinosaur age.
But are we really giving up the ability to rewind time just to hold a bunch of
I
extra
actually,
what?
I'm going to take inventory.
I would
Rewind
say
time
just
is
don't
No,
go
no,
all the way
no, I
back
like-
there.
no, no.
There's too many
Have it when
rewind
you
time.
need it.
Rewind
Also,
time.
think
Have it
about it
when
this
you-
way: when you rewind time, you're not getting your age back.
Okay, but
So you could like be like 60 when everyone else born in the same year was like 30 because you just kept rewinding time and your body kept aging.
I think rewind time here.
I'm
is,
thinking
like,
inventory.
Do we think rewind time?
just
Rewind
like, I
time?
think
Yeah.
2
Hey,
minutes.
Rewind
Aiden,
time?
what's your
It's
perspective?
so
I think all good things in moderation, and you're taking a little bit too to the extreme. You have to be smart with it, but I think rewind time is just superior.
I think it is.
And I think that's our winner.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is.
I'm leaving the show. This is my last episode.
Okay, well, it looks like we lost Michael. So,
It's a dumb show.
hey, I'm happy. I love Life is Strange.
You can't sit here and tell me you take rewinding time over an inventory.
All right. Well, I want to thank you all for watching Critical Damage and joining us on this really fun bracket. Come join us, Aiden. Stand behind me. Join us.
Sweet.
All right. I want to thank you all so much, and we'll see you soon. Goodbye.